Mansa Musa, the 14th century ruler of the Mali Empire, is often regarded as the richest person in history. His wealth was so immense that it became legendary, and it had profound effects on the world during his reign. The rise of Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa, born around 1280, came from a royal family in the Mali Empire. Mali was one of the largest and most prosperous empires in West Africa during the medieval period, known for its vast wealth, especially from trade in gold, salt, and other valuable commodities. Mansa Musa was not initially the heir to the throne. He was actually a relatively low-ranking royal at the time of his early life. The previous king, Abu Bakr II, was known for his ambitious explorations, including a famous voyage across the Atlantic Ocean. When Abu Bakr II disappeared during his expedition, the details are unclear, but it is believed that his fleet may have been lost. Musa, his cousin, ascended the throne in 1312. The wealth of Mansa Musa. Mansa Musa's wealth is often described as incomprehensible, and much of it came from Mali's control of gold. The Mali Empire sat on some of the richest gold mines in the world. During Mansa Musa's reign, it is believed that Mali produced around half of the world's supply of gold. The empire was also rich in salt, which was essential for preserving food and used as currency in many parts of Africa. Mansa Musa also oversaw a highly organized and efficient economy. Trade routes connected Mali to the rest of Africa and beyond, including Europe and the Middle East. The empire's wealth was bolstered by taxes on trade, including the lucrative trans-Saharan trade routes. Cities like Timbuktu became intellectual and cultural centers under Mansa Musa's rule, attracting scholars, architects, and traders from across the world. The famous pilgrimage to Mecca, Hajj. In 1324, Mansa Musa undertook a famous pilgrimage to Mecca, the holy city of Islam. This pilgrimage, or Hajj, was a religious obligation for all Muslims, but Musa's journey became legendary due to the scale and the immense wealth he brought with him. Musa traveled with an entourage that included thousands of soldiers, officials, and attendants, and he is said to have brought with him 100 camels, each carrying hundreds of pounds of gold. Mansa Musa's generosity along the way became the stuff of legend. When he passed through Cairo in Egypt, he distributed so much gold that it caused a temporary inflation in the region. He spent lavishly on infrastructure, including the construction of mosques and public buildings, and left a lasting impression on every city he visited. In Mecca, he reportedly gave away gold to the poor, cementing his reputation as a pious and charitable ruler. The impact on the Islamic world in Europe. Mansa Musa's pilgrimage to Mecca had lasting impacts on the Islamic world. His extravagant display of wealth not only solidified his status as one of the wealthiest individuals in history, but it also greatly increased the prestige of the Mali Empire. The pilgrimage helped connect Mali to the broader Islamic world, especially in terms of trade, culture, and religion. Mansa Musa's wealth and generosity were widely discussed in the courts of Europe and the Middle East. His pilgrimage made Mali and its wealth famous across the world. European mapmakers were influenced by reports of Musa's reign, and some even depicted Mali as a wealthy and prosperous kingdom in their maps. Mansa Musa also established diplomatic relations with various rulers in the Islamic world, bringing scholars, architects, and intellectuals to Mali. Building and cultural flourishing, Mansa Musa's reign was also marked by significant cultural and architectural achievements. He was a devout Muslim and focused on promoting Islam within his empire. One of his most notable accomplishments was his patronage of the construction of mosques, schools, and libraries, especially in the city of Timbuktu, which became a major cultural and intellectual hub of the Islamic world. The most famous architectural project under Mansa Musa's rule was the Jingareber Mosque in Timbuktu, which was built by the Andalusian architect Abu Ishaq es-Sahili. This mosque became one of the most important landmarks in West Africa and an enduring symbol of the empire's wealth and sophistication. Mansa Musa's commitment to education and the arts transformed the Mali Empire into a center of learning, attracting scholars and students from various parts of Africa, the Middle East, and Europe. Timbuktu became known as a city of libraries, and it held thousands of manuscripts that contained knowledge on subjects like astronomy, medicine, and mathematics. The decline of the Mali Empire. After Mansa Musa. Despite Mansa Musa's extraordinary wealth and achievements, the Mali Empire began to decline after his death in 1337. His successors were unable to maintain the same level of control over the empire, and the once mighty Mali Empire began to fracture. Internal strife, external invasions, and the loss of control over key trade routes contributed to the empire's eventual downfall. Mansa Musa's legendary wealth, however, continued to echo through history. His reign is often remembered as a golden age of the Mali Empire, and his story became a symbol of African prosperity, power, and culture. His wealth, generosity, and devotion to Islam left an indelible mark on the history of Africa and the world. The legacy of Mansa Musa. Musa's reign left a lasting legacy in both Africa and the wider world. His wealth was beyond measure, and his contributions to the culture, education, and architecture of the Mali Empire had a profound impact. He helped spread Islam and made Mali one of the most powerful and prosperous empires in the world at the time. His pilgrimage to Mecca and the display of his wealth are still part of the collective memory of history, reminding us of the power and influence that one ruler could have. Today, Mansa Musa remains a symbol of African wealth, wisdom, and generosity, and his story continues to inspire.